Hello, beach friends. I don't know how you like to spend your spare time, but I like to find islands at low tide and look for treasures. So today I am taking you to Key Wen, where we literally will have fabulous seashells roll right at our feet. We will also see an amazing seashell. Can't wait to share that with you. And is this going to be whole? I hate spoilers. I'm going to save that one, and I will tell you, I promise. As a matter of fact, I promise to show you all these spectacular things I find today. So, as soon as I get off the boat, I am greeted with this amazing line of seashells. Now, keep in mind, this is bayside. So this is not even a great rack line. This is not where I'm shelling. This is just what we're going to see on the back end of the island. But I'm looking to get over to the front end of the island because that's where all the good stuff is. So I am going to make my way over to the front end of the island. From what I'm seeing so far, I think we're going to have a spectacular day. So if you're ready to see what's out there, let's go to the beach. Okay, so I have established we're on Key Wen. I got off the boat. I made it over to this side of the island. This is where I would always encourage you to go, the side of the island that faces the ocean. So this is what I was greeted with, and holy smokes, it's gonna be an awesome couple of hours for me. I see spots. Oh, friends, when the alphabet cone is the first thing that you spy, you know it's going to be a good day. So that will be the first shell we pick up. It is an alphabet cone, a desirable shell. So I'm looking for those spots. Oh, looky here. All right, so this one has been hanging out here for a little while longer. You can tell it's a little bit pitted. It's been here a while. I'm going to hold on to that little bit of a fresher shell. Let's see what other kind of treasures are here. Holy cow, it's gonna be awesome. All right, here we have a common nutmeg. That is in great condition. Nice color, it's got its little top and everything. A common nutmeg. And one of the few murex shells that we can find down here. This is an apple murex. It's beautiful. They come in the brown. Sometimes they're kind of a yellowish. It's actually more of like an orange color. Oh, I see spots. Oh, you're so pretty. All right, what do we got here? We have some Y's. I swear there's an L. Does that say yay on top? Yeah, I'm going to go with yay. Oh, cool little alphabet cone. And then here's a little Florida cone. Two lovely little cones. And our Cinctura hunteria, also known as the banded tulip. And they're both empty, spectacular specimens. And a turkey wing. So this is an arc. It's also called a zigzag arc. Arc is a whole, kind of like, a whole family of shells, the arcs. So that is a zigzag arc. Now, I have a relationship with these Florida fighting conchs, and oh my gosh, that one is spectacular. I love, all right, so for this one, for me, it's kind of like that light color on the outside. We got some vertical striping going on. That might be the periostracum. A little bit of purple on the interior. So yeah, it doesn't take all that much. That was a really spectacular fighting conch. And this, is it spectacular? It's pretty good. It's a pretty good, colorful moon snail. So that right there, colorful moon snail. What? Are you empty? Why, yes, you are. Wow. Well, hello, lightning whelk. All right, I do see you're missing a tiny, tiny piece of your, kind of like your stem. Oh, you're lovely. Yep, gorgeous lightning whelk. So when I do pick my head up that away, which is north, it's looking pretty good. Look to the west, looking pretty good too, but to my south, there's a little bit of weather going on. Not going to worry about that right now. And holy, where do I even start? Well, let's start with the alphabet cone. Is it? Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, look at all the F, K. I saw a V, and that's why these are called alphabet cones, because of all the different letters you'll see on the actual shell. And then another lightning whelk. And then the lightning whelks, they get their name from the juvenile shells, which have a lot of zigzags on them. These are not juveniles. These are more middle-aged. I mean, they're not really big, but they're not little babies. So we have 2 lightning whelks and an alphabet cone. Pretty cool. What do we got here? Another lightning whelk. All right, so just checking them out. This seems to be the lightning whelk section. Lightning whelks and alphabet cone. Oh, I see spots again. Yes. So spots are good because they're good. They're good because that's what the alphabet cone looks like. And the alphabet cone, now it's just more desirable. It's not as easy to find. I know I'm kind of not demonstrating that here today. They're pretty easy to find today, but normally those alphabet cones are really desirable. The fighting conchs, for me, very desirable. I just think they're beautiful. That one has kind of like a honey color. They are bigger. They're heavy. They really got some oomph to them, these fighting conchs. And typically, I wait till the end of my trip, but sometimes these shells just call to me, and I'm going to have to carry around these 2 heavy fighting conchs because I can't just leave them be. No way. So South Key Wen was bringing the cones. So yet another alphabet cone. I know the aperture is a little broken. I'm going to overlook that because it is so lovely. So another alphabet cone. Wow. Yeah. Oh, that one's really pretty. Now it's also kind of interesting. Let's take a look at the zigzags here after I pick up that calico scallop. So I'm going to rinse it off. Now, if you look toward the front of the shell, the coloring is stacked up really close together, and then look at the lines toward the opening close together, and then all of a sudden they get really spread out. That's really neat. I don't know why, just interesting. Interesting color. I know, I've been yammering on a lot. It's so pretty right now. So right now I'm going to be quiet and let you enjoy some beach time. Ooh, so this is also a moon snail. That is a shark eye. That is awesome. Oh, it's a great size. It's not quite a Paul Newman one. It's a little bit bluish on the inside. Sometimes they'll be blue on the inside, and we call those a Paul Newman shark eye. That is a calico clam. I can tell by the inside. It's been hanging out here a little while. Normally the inside of that shell would be white. That's a designer clam. What? I see spots again. Oh, and I see the horse conch too. So, and I've been trying to get good because sometimes I would just laser focus on one shell and miss everything else. So I'm trying to slow down a little bit. So here we have a Florida cone. Very, very nice. We have a horse conch. It's okay. It's been hugged by the beach a couple times, so that horse conch is okay. And then let's take a look at that alphabet cone. Considering all the other ones I've picked up, it's an alphabet cone. Better err on the safe side. I'll bring it home and then I'll decide if I should keep it. What? Wow. Another, yeah, awesome. And it's so fun because kind of once you get on that kick, so now I'm really looking for cones. Another alphabet cone. That black stuff is the periostracum. That's kind of a natural coating that these snails will put on the outside of their shells. This is a live lightning whelk. I see the front of the ants. The front of the shell is there. I can see one of its tentacles sticking out. Oh, so I know that one's alive. I'm just going to leave it be. And I see some other big lumps. So that black thing is the body of the animal. So once you see, I look at the front of the shell to see if there's a little something sticking out. So I know that that is another live lightning whelk. And typically I only really disturb them if I think that the shell will be empty. Is that? Nah, it's just a piece of sand dollar. Okay. All right. So a couple of big old lightning whelks. And so a lot of times too, if you're looking for those shells, not always, but they're going to be kind of like out in the water. They're going to be out buried in the water. Although, to be fair, I have found one just kind of like sitting on the beach. So just look at, oh man, what a view. So you're just moseying on down the beach. Well, hello, you gorgeous orange Florida horse conch. Oh, really cool. Nah, the top of it's a little pitted, but that color is gorgeous. Oh, a sand dollar. Also known as a keyhole urchin. Just about, not everything I pick up has two names, but a lot of stuff does. So that is a sand dollar. And down here in Southwest Florida, we can also call them keyhole urchins. Oh, a worm snail. Yep. Even though sea worms can kind of make cool shells. So that is a worm shell or a worm snail. And there is a little bit of weather out there. So kind of keeping an eye on it. I don't think my lightning alert has been going off. So just kind of keeping an eye, hoping I won't get too wet. It's okay. Just wait 5 minutes. It'll change anyway. So too many shells here to really worry about the weather at this point. There we go. Okay. Oh, and I'm just hoping. Oh, please, please be whole. Ha 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 ha. Look how cute it is. Oh, it's awesome. Is it a pony? I think that's more of like a filly or a foal, right? So we call it the horse conchs. The smaller ones we call ponies. That one's, it's not quite a pony. It's just beautiful though. Awesome horse conch. Wow. Now I do pick up a lot of apple murex. You will hear me say that term many times. That is quite an apple murex. The size of that, very substantial looking apple murex. Awesome. Okay, another zigzagged arc. We have some zigzags instead of spots. I'm okay with that because I actually really like turkey wings. This one, I always have to look at the bottom because they're just kind of weird shaped and I can't really tell if it's intact until I check the opposite side. This one, it's been a little beat up. The color's really nice though. So I'm liking that turkey wing. Like this one. Okay, this is also a turkey wing. And this was one of the things when I first started finding shells and trying to identify them, it would drive me up a wall because it's the same shell. They are both turkey wings. They just look so incredibly different. And so it was a lot of trial and error. I hope I can help you at some point, figure out. But both of those are turkey wings. Oh, and I just happened to put that in my bag. And yeah, I was reminded that awesome little horse conch was in there. So that big giant thing, that's a pen shell. I'm not looking at the pen shell. I'm looking at the spots. Another, did I see an F? Another alphabet cone? Oh, a couple Fs, a couple upside down Fs and an E. Oh, you're so neat. Oh man, the alphabet cones have been great today. So there is a little indentation in that one. I don't care. It's fine. I'm keeping it anyway. Yeah, look at that aperture. Yep, definitely gonna hold on to that. So the weather, it did actually kind of start raining a little bit, but it really was only raining a little bit. It was so not a big deal. So most of the weather just kind of kept offshore, which was really nice. Oh man, yeah, so this is just so fun. Oh, let's investigate this. Oh, it's a little nutmeg. And I do know on some level, the way that the camera is, you'll see shells in the background and maybe they look great, but they're probably not. I can see it a little bit better. If I don't investigate it, it probably was a little bit beat up. Not necessarily, but I know that shark eyes drive me crazy, but I want to show you. It's missing part of its piece. So I know it might have looked pretty good, but once you kind of get closer, By all means, though, if you think I've missed something, shout it out to me. Because it happens. That is a great looking turkey wing. Oh, I love the very defined ridges on it. Yeah, there we go, checking the bottom. Another very cool zig-zag arc. Got a critter? We do. Hello. Okay, so we have a live Florida fighting conch. You can see its two little eye stalks, its proboscis, and then the rest of its body is its foot. So up in the head area, you can see the two eye stalks. And then there's a little trunk, and then its body. I do like saying hi to them, but there you go. Yeah, you're going to be not very graceful. So some of these sea snails will move kind of like you would expect. Like you would expect a land snail. They just kind of really slowly kind of motor along. Not the fighting conchs. They really do more of this like lurching kind of movement. And that's how they move around. I was hoping it would kind of demonstrate it again, but we only got that one little lurch out of him or her. Oh, it's so cute little eyeballs and its little trunk. All right, so that is a live Florida fighting conch. You guys make fabulous shells. Keep up the good work. All right, what else is here? A lettered olive. Have I not picked up an olive today? Or maybe I just didn't show you, because sometimes I do pick up stuff and I don't record it. So that is a lettered olive. And another keyhole urchin. It's kind of nice. I typically kind of hold on to the ones that are whole. I know, I'm spoiled. I live here. I can kind of just pick and choose what I keep. So that is definitely a lovely keeper of a sand dollar. Another cone. Oh, the color on the Florida cones is so good. So that when I see that like orange color, I do think Florida cone. Every now and then a fighting conch will be that color too. Maybe not quite that orange, but still pretty nice. If you were thinking apple murex, you were correct. It's a nice size one too. So you have your apple murex, your lace murex, your rose murex, cabrit murex. I have not found one of those. Oh, there is another apple murex. Yeah, it looks like it was probably a very good apple murex day. Oh, a colorful moon snail. I love these. So that is a Gaudinautica. So this is one of the shells that we do call by two different names. Gaudinautica, colorful moon snail. I just like to call them awesome. And every single one is going to have that different pattern on it. I like the rich colors, but I just like examining them all. They're interesting. Interesting to me anyway. The top of a lightning whelk. Yeah, so that was broken. And you can kind of see the way that it grows. So it just kind of spins around. It gets bigger and bigger and beautiful. So it's just the top of a lightning whelk, but lovely nonetheless. Oh, another colorful moon snail. Gorgeous. Yep. I like the darker colors on these, like rich, dark colors on those Gaudinauticas. And what are you? Well, you are a lace murex that's been hanging out here for a while. Wow. I don't know. There's just something real pretty about that. The stories that toasted coconut lace murex could tell. Maybe someone else is in the market for a toasted coconut lace murex. Wow, so many shells. What is going to pull my attention? Okay, the Florida prickly cockle. Oh yeah. Awesome. Yeah, I know I'm scanning. I see the yellow prickly cockle. Yep. So a yellow prickly cockle. Looks like the colors are kind of, we got surf clam. Lots of the common stuff. You're always going to have your ponderous arcs, like always. Jingle. Jingles won't always be there, but they're relatively common. So you got your common stuff, and you have your really great stuff, like your alphabet cones, your alpha murex, shark eyes. Oh, stuff I'm having so much fun. Or that horse conch that we already picked up. Yep. Pretty fun day. And here we have another little common nutmeg. Beautiful. Now these sometimes you can also find in their albino colors. So I'm definitely on the hunt or on the lookout for one of those. That's a nice looking shark eye too. Nope, that one's actually a false shark eye. And once I find two of them in the future, I've talked about them at some point in the past. I'll talk about them again in the future. So your shark eyes and your false shark eyes. So there's my weather. It's still kind of holding off there. So we are all having a fabulous time. And when I say we, I mean I went out with SWFL Shell Guide. And I don't always necessarily book my tours. I just at the last minute will pop on her tour. So at any time, and you all who have met me, like the people on this particular trip, my friends from my beach friends from California, hi. So you never know. If you're going to be in the 10,000 Islands, I really do think you should book with Allie. I think she's fabulous, and she really cares about you finding seashells like this turkey wing. Again, see, I'm looking at the bottom because it's just kind of irregularly shaped. Nice looking turkey wing. I see spots, I see spots. Okay, we have two different cones. We have a Florida cone and an alphabet cone. I'm much more interested in the alphabet cone. Whoa, it's got some kind of neat, all right, I'll grab Butterfingers. I'll grab that Florida cone again. And then that other awesome alphabet cone. And that's the other thing, I'm kind of spoiled. If you lose a shell, you probably aren't going to lose it depending on your day. This is a mossy arc. And meaning, like if I were to drop that, I'm going to find it again. The water's very clear. It's barely lapping at the shore. So I'm very lucky to beachcomb in these conditions and find shells like that mossy arc. Another colorful moon snail. I think I saw another one down there. But you know what? Like I said, I can take my time. I know it's going to be there. That is beautiful. Oh, it's so pretty. Almost like the colors are sparse. Okay, there's the other one. All right, I saw it was there. And again, that's one of those things like until you kind of look real close, they all look good, but not all of them are keepers. Now, if you're having a good time, I know I certainly am. I'm going to say, why don't you go ahead and subscribe, like this video, and maybe put the notifications on. So every time I drop a video, you will know, and we can relax together at the beach. Another colorful moon snail, and I literally could pick those up all day long, and I would not be disappointed. Oh, they're so pretty. A hinged, so when the two shells that are bivalve are still together, I call them hinged, and that is a sunray Venus clam. Oh, it's awesome. A nice sunray Venus clam. Now, at this point, I do, on my journeys, I do kind of stop and I pinch myself and I think about how lucky I am. And my life is amazing, but I just want to point out that I have made some amazing choices. Now, I chose to move here to Florida. I chose to kind of pick up this hobby. Everything I've learned, I've taught myself. Everything about YouTube, I've learned and I've taught myself. So my life is amazing because of my amazing choices. So I encourage you to make amazing choices so that you also can enjoy your life as much as possible. All right, that was it. Just a one quick aside. I know how lucky I am. I'm very, very fortunate. Not just in general, but today, seriously, with these alphabet cones. Oh yeah. So that is another very handsome looking alphabet cone. More splotches and alphabets on that one. Uh-oh. I'm in love. All right, so this is a Florida fighting conch. And I wish I could explain. I don't know why some of them are just irresistible. That happens to be one of them. So I'm going to hold on to that lovely shell. Holy mackerel. All right, so I feel like I'm back in the cone zone. Like I walked through it and then I turned around and I'm coming back at this point. So neato. M's, X's, V's. Oh, that was a really cool alphabet cone. Hey, yep, I'm all about the colorful moon snails. What does this one look like? Nice and colorful. Yeah, beautiful, colorful moon snail. Okay, next up we have a chestnut turban. Oh, this is not in great shape. I'm just happy to see that, a different variety, another species of shell. So that is a chestnut turban. And actually, next week, I'm going to show you tons of them. But I'll get to that at the end of the video. That is a calico scallop. Got a couple calico things down here. We got a scallop, we got a calico crab, a calico box crab, calico clam. That is a pear whelk. A very lovely pear whelk at that. So the whelk we have our lightning whelk and our pear whelk. Those are the two main whelks we found down here. I see spots. Yeah, it looks pretty good. It's okay, not quite as pristine as some of those other ones, but it's a cone. So I'm not leaving it behind. Not to worry, you beautiful little cone, you. No way. Yeah, okay. So the cones and the gaudies. What a day. So that is another colorful moon snail. Love it. Uh-oh. Yeah. Another shell I'm not going to be able to leave behind. This one was likely the color. Kind of like in that, I don't know. Again, it's like that honey color. Beautiful Florida Fighting Conch. Oh, lettered olive. Very light. Not quite. Yeah, it's not albino. But it's super pretty. That's top. All right, I'm getting wrinkly. I've been in the water a while. So that is a lettered olive. Doesn't have a lot of the colors on it, but that's okay. Still pretty shell. And this is just another one of those moments I just thought it was so pretty with the clouds. The weather's kind of moved off at this point, so I completely don't need to worry about that. I'm finding seashells. I'm on this amazing island. So yeah, life is good and the view is pretty. Now the birds, I typically give them a wide berth. I try not to get too close to them. I like to let them keep their energy for doing their bird things and not having humans chase them. So if at all possible, don't chase the birds. Oh, see, there's a calico clam I was kind of referring to earlier. I guess I feel like clam just isn't that exciting of a word. It's a clam, but it just looks so pretty. Calico clam. And then I look up at the beach and I'm like, what is this glowing thing? You gotta be kidding me. That is a true tulip. And I mean, it's the color on that. Yeah. A snail made that? Really? Oh, it's so pretty. I'm in love. So that's your banded tulip, and they're not going to get as big as your true tulips. So the true tulip on the left, more rare. It's just more, it gets a little bit bigger, and that one, holy cow. Yeah, that is awesome. These are awesome too. Yep, some more. Oh, yeah, that's really pretty. I like the inside of that one on the bottom. That's like a black on the interior, like a black purple. Oh, pretty. And then the other one's kind of orange. Yeah. Look at it. Oh, yeah. So that one I'm going to go bananas over because of the zigzags. So that's, again, like this shell. Just hand it to me and I'm going to tell you about, I don't know, 9 to 10 things that I really, really like about it. That's a rough scallop. And it is super orange and really pretty. So, yep, digging that rough scallop. And all these fighting conchs. Now, we saw this kind of in the beginning of the video. I didn't pick them up on purpose because they're heavy. So now I'm kind of winding down my trip. And so I will just go pick up as many of those beautiful fighting conchs as I like because I don't have to carry them around for too much longer. And this albino nutmeg. How gorgeous is that? So sometimes from a color standpoint, you'll get those anomalies. And so that is a spectacular specimen. Albino nutmeg, really awesome. Oh, little orange horse conch. We've got a couple of those today. Loving that little orange one, you cutie you. And then we have another true tulip. So I know it looks very, very banded, like our banded tulips, but it's not. That is a true tulip. And that's actually going to be the last shell that we pick up today as we thank Key Wen for the amazing time and the amazing tour. It was fabulous. Now the bugs were out a little bit, so I use some no-seam spray from Sea Anchored Secrets. You can head over to seaanchoredsecrets.com, and if you're going to buy some of that or any other wonderful products, use code SWF for $5 off your order. Now, I had mentioned earlier that I do pop on these tours from time to time, and one of my subscribers handed me this garbage they picked up so I can add it to my totals. So in case you were wondering, Apple Watches weigh 1.85 ounces, and so in total, I've managed, and apparently had a little bit of help, of taking 38.162 pounds of garbage off the beach. And it felt like every time I was bending down, I was picking up an alphabet cone. So no surprise there. We'll talk about that at the end. So I did get all those Florida cones, a yellow prickly cockle, a Florida prickly cockle, calico clam, some of those worms, snails, some lightning whelks, one pear whelk, one chestnut turban, some bivalves. We have some bay scallops, some calico scallops, that one rough scallop, the turkey wings. Below that we have the olives. These are the banded tulips, and then we have the colorful moon snails next to these shark eyes. Now they're all moon snails, but we have colorful moon snails, shark eyes, lace murex, the apple murex. They were in force today. The Florida fighting conchs. Oh, there were so many cool ones. A couple of sand dollars, some of those sunray Venus clams, and then for me, my favorites were the true tulips, that horse conch. All of them were fabulous. All of those cones, and then the nutmegs, especially that albino one. That one really, really was beautiful. So holy cow, I love Key Wen. Frankly, I like the beach. Just throw me out there. I'll find something amazing to share with you. Patreons, thank you so very much for supporting me. And everybody else, thank you so very much. I do have a special note here. If you want to hear back from me, you're probably going to want to go on Patreon, because I cannot answer all of the messages and emails and questions. So I apologize, just throwing it out there. Next week, we're heading to Honeymoon Island. So we're going to see turbans galore. It's going to be so fun. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you again next Sunday.